Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. It's for me an enormous pleasure to be here in this fantastic place. The Liberal Club was founded by Gladstone. Churchill was a member, but not always. So it's a little bit like Vince Cable, though. Came in, went out, and so on and so on. And very famous, apparently, for champagne drinking and whiskey consumption. I've read that a few moments ago. So I'm very pleased to be here. Certainly, as the chair, the president of the European Movement International. And why? For the simple reason that I have to be here, is that the biggest section of the European Movement International is the UK section. So there is no other section with 22,000 members in Europe than the UK. So it's the most important member section of the European movement. So I have to be here, otherwise I cannot be re-elected in a few years of time. I need Mike and his support to continue the work. And the work in Britain is very simple. There will be a day of rejoin. We know that there will be a day of rejoin. The only question is when. But it will happen. It will happen. Why? Because it's absolutely necessary that it happens in the world of today. This is not longer a world of 198 nation states. Sorry, this is a world of empires, a brutal world. A world dominated, or where China was a civilization, Han, India, Russia, who thinks it's an empire, the US, who is an empire, who all economically, military, technologically want to dominate this world. And there is one question: what will be the place of Europe in this? What will be the place of Europe in a so brutal world of competition between empires worldwide? That is the question. And the only way to guarantee that we can defend the interest of all citizens, and that can be British citizens, French citizens, German citizens, Belgian citizens, is to do it together in a European Union that is a democratic union in the near decades. Because it will not only be a fight military and economically, but also politically. Liberal democracy, for the moment, is under pressure. Let's be honest. Can you imagine a world, Xi in Beijing, Putin in Moscow, in Russia, and at the same time Trump coming back in Washington? What is then our security and our sovereignty if we don't work together? That is the key question. And this key question will be there on the table of the next British government in a few months' time. And will be on the table also of the next European Commission. So it's quite an historical moment that we will see by the end of the year, beginning of next year. The moment where there will be a new leadership, normally, or the same leadership that can happen in Europe, in the European Commission. At the same time, I think possibly a new leadership in Britain is quite a good moment to discuss what will be our common new relationship in the next decades. And it would be crazy if we don't start to talk again about joining the single market and the customs union as the first priorities on the table. So to undo the stupidity, the stupidity that has been done during Brexit, and stupidity that has not been told by the Brexiteers at the moment of the debates on Brexit. On the contrary, they told exactly the opposite from what happened with the hard Brexit. That is the reality of today. And I'm very sure that that will be the upcoming work in the next week. And then on defense, how can you imagine a European defense? If tomorrow Trump is back and he blows up NATO, it's possible. With Trump, everything is possible. What is then our security if we don't work together in a defense community as we can do? Because it's not that Europe doesn't spend on defense. And together with Britain, we are spending more or less 320 billion euros, so that's a little bit less than 300 billion pounds, British pounds, on defense. We spend in Europe, together with UK, 3 times more on defense than Russia. But you don't have the feeling, that it is the case today. And that is because we do it 27, 28 times. We duplicate everything. We have 130 weapon systems in Europe. The Americans have 25. We inflate it to 130. So that the future of this world and the future of UK and the continent goes together. Otherwise, we will be beaten on every field, economically, technologically, militarily, and politically in the coming years. And I'm pretty sure that this will happen and that a nightmare will end, because I call it a nightmare. I always thought when I was asked to negotiate for the European Parliament in this file, and I said, yeah, I want to do it because I feel I'm a little bit, I feel like a Briton, like British people. And they said, yeah, why? That was David Davis who asked me that. Why you feel like a British? I say, yeah, I'm racing. Racing with what? With cars, I say, with the car, old cars. Yeah, and where you do that? I said, Brandhatch. Where is it at, Brandhatch? Yes, near London. There's a beautiful circuit. And Goodwood, I do also Goodwood. A Goodwood revival in my old Aston Martin. Goodwood, what is Goodwood? And I said, are you British? So that was the negotiator, the first guy who negotiated with me on the exit of Britain, and he didn't know where Goodwood was, or Brandhatch, and he had no clue about the most important sport in Britain, that is racing with old cars, and British cars, Aston Martin particularly. So that will change. This nightmare will stop. I don't know if David Davis will be re-elected. I have no clue about it. But in any way, I'm pretty sure that there will be other people in charge in the coming years, and these other people in charge will make secure that the UK will rejoin the European Union and European family. Thank you.